No, because it's getting out of hand now. Is anybody
gonna write an original horror movie? I'm tired. Stop with the reboots, stop with the remakes. Let's go back to the drawing board and make original horror movies. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. Nice to see you or nice to meet you. If you're new around here, hi, hello, how you doing? There's one thing to know about me, okay? One big thing to know about me. It's in my bio, it's on my social media, follow me there. I am a certified horror whore. I've loved and watched horror movies since I was a very young child. But as I've grown up, as the years have gone on, as the decades have gone on, there have been many, and I mean many reboots and remakes. Now this video has been in the drafts for a hot minute. I think this came from not a scary movie, but the remake of Mean Girls, which, by the way, why did that get so much hate? I kind of had a good old time watching that movie, but I digress. But I saw these two posts on my Instagram over the past week. We were also getting Scream 7 and Evil Dead Burn is here. So let's talk about it. I think I mentioned it in my 2025 year recap, or the movies that I watched in 2025, but I say something along the lines of like, I enjoyed the movies last year because A, pretty damn good, pretty entertaining, but we only got, I say one reboot, but then I remember that there were two reboots or remakes. I Know You Did Last Summer and The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I have not watched either The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I didn't even know that movie existed. Is it a movie for me? Should I watch? Should we talk? I'll watch it. And I Know You Did Last Summer. 2025. It was a movie. I loved it. It was fun. It was campy. But of course, it is a remake. Or is it a remake or a reboot? What's the difference? What's the difference? But it's a remake from the 1995, 6 movies following these kids, not kids, so like in college, something like that. And they're celebrating the win of their friend Helen, who just won a beauty pageant. I mean, look at this face. Who wouldn't give this girl a crown? Hello? I would give her all the crowns and all the funds. And I said what I said. It is also 4th of July. So they're driving to see the fireworks. And unfortunately, on the way there, they over somebody. And instead of, you know, helping him out, taking him to a hospital, calling the police, they're like, well, he's already a lost cause. And there's a body of water like right there. Let's just throw him there. And that they do. They do. And they're like, guys, that was crazy, but that's a secret for us. Okay, pinky promise. It's only gonna stay between us. No one says a word. We're gonna move on with our lives, and that they do, until a year later, Julie receives a note that says, you guessed it, I know what you did last summer. And she's like, so who the fuck is this? Who wrote the note? Who wrote the note? Like all this jazz. Turns out that the guy that they eliminated, he was not eliminated, he was coming back for blood. He was gonna get it back in blood. He starts attacking and unaliving people, and I'm pretty sure Julie and Ray are the only two that make it out. We have the sequel, I'll Always Know You Did Last Summer, great, funny, grand old time. And then, is it I Still Know What You Did Last Summer? The 2006 film? Yeah, everybody shits on that movie, and I remember watching it like 2012, 2013. I don't remember it. Is it that bad? I guess the movie is that bad that you remember watching it, but you don't remember like what actually happens in the movie. It is that bad, I fear. Then we have the 2025 remake. Of course, same name, same style, but this time we're following a group of friends celebrating their friends Danica and Teddy's engagement. And of course, you guessed it, 4th of July. I think all movies minus the direct sequel all take place on 4th of July. And as they're heading out to watch the fireworks, they run into their old friend Stevie, who they kind of lost connection with. That's kind of what happens like after high school, or like even after college, you kind of just like lose connection with your friends. And they're like, let's just go watch the fireworks, like old times, like come on girl. And as they're driving to see the fireworks, instead of running over somebody, they collide with somebody, and this person's car ends up over the cliff. They try helping him out, but unfortunately he was a lost cause. And I think they do, okay, I haven't seen this movie since July, so Forgive me if I'm wrong. I want to rewatch it though. It was great. Okay, round of applause. They call the cops. I think they do call the cops, but they call them like anonymously and just direct the cops to the scene of the crime, but I digress. A year later, Danica is engaged to someone else, and at the engagement party, she gets a note that says, you guessed it, I know what you did last summer. Now, her friends that were with her when this happened are at her engagement party, and she's kind of like, it's obviously Teddy. Like, he's mad, da-da-da. I can't remember if they explained why they broke up, but nonetheless, if they're no longer together. And then they go confront Teddy, and he's like, get out of my face. Get out of my Caucasian house. I had nothing to do with this, okay? Because I was there too. You think I would do this? Bitch, I was there too. As time goes on, people get attacked and eliminated, and they call up Julie. They call up Julie, and they call up Ray. Carla isn't seen till the very end, and then we see a little flash of Helen. Period. Is that why I like this so much? Maybe, but nonetheless, the cast, great time. Turns out that Stevie and Ray, not only did they work together in like the bar that Ray owns, but they worked together to attack and unalive people because Stevie's like boyfriend or situationship was the guy that got attacked, eliminated, collided, all that jazz. And Ray just wanted people to remember like what happened to him 30 years ago. So that means, okay, so 30 years ago, you were like 20. Now you're like 50. You're gonna retire in about 10 years. You should be more focused if you have funds to retire in time than attacking and unliving these young adults. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know if this is gonna get a sequel as well as the original. I feel like some reboots just need to be standalone movies, don't need a sequel. Plus, everybody in this movie is booked and busy. So if that's gonna be a sequel, babe, it's gonna be given Euphoria. But moving on. But before we move on, I have a little game to play with you guys. So 3 of the movies that I'm gonna be talking about, I'm like maybe 4 or 5 movies. 3 of these movies have 3 things in common, and if you can guess them in the comments before the end of this video, you will be getting a virtual baddie chain. Not a physical one because I don't have one, but you'll be getting a baddie chain. You will be getting a baddie chain. Next up, we have Evil Dead, which is getting another reboot, remake in about 4 months, Evil Dead Burn. This franchise started in the 80s. It started in the 80s, it got a reboot back in 2013, and the reboots and the original all follow these friends and like this wooded remote cabin 30 miles away from civilization, probably 100 miles away from a Taco Bell. What if all y'all got zooted in or drunk and want to Crunchwrap Supreme? What are y'all gonna do? Anyways, that's just like where my mind goes. I can never be in the situation. Basically, this group, you know, they go camping or whatever, and then one person with the Caucasian curiosity sees this book that has all of these images and words that you shouldn't even think nor say out loud, and then another person gets possessed, and then the person who opened the damn book is like, okay, well, I'm seeing what happens after you get possessed, how to end the possession, this, that, and the third. You shouldn't open up the book in this. You shouldn't open up the book. You shouldn't open up the book. Okay, read a book, but not that book, okay? Now, the 2023 Evil Dead Rise, that is my favorite, okay? That and Scream 6. Don't ask me how many times I've watched these movies because the number does not exist. The number does not, it doesn't simply exist, okay? They're phenomenal movies, okay? But instead of following a group of friends in these like wooded cabins, it follows a family in an LA apartment after an earthquake happens and their aunt comes to visit. The son discovers a book in the basement because apparently like the apartment building used to be a bank and all this stuff used to happen, whatever. And he's kind of like thinking of, okay, well, we have to move because our building's getting torn down and our mom's a single mom who works too hard or works 2 jobs. Shout out to Reba. She could use some extra money. And then his sister is like, no, put it back, not in the Caucasian house. But unfortunately, he has the Caucasian curiosity, so he has to open up the book. And unfortunately, the mom gets possessed, but let me just say something right now. That does not stop her from serving face. The entire movie, the face card just doesn't fucking decline. Also, the entire time I was looking at her and I was like, I can't see. Okay, but I kind of thought it was Halsey. Like, is she not giving Halsey? I also thought the the actress who played Stevie in I Know You Did Last Summer, she was giving me Olivia O'Brien vibes. Am I the one that sees the vision, or am I just really blind? I need to get my eyes checked. I know I need to get my eyes checked, but I know I'm right. I know I see something. Anyways, we're getting Evil Dead Burn in June. We haven't gotten a full trailer yet. We got this like 6-second clip of maybe like a few months ago, and all that I have seen about this movie is that it's more bloody, more gory, as if Evil Dead Rise didn't have a full-on Shining-esque scene. But okay, we'll see about that. I am a bit skeptical because number one, we just got Evil Dead Rise 3 years ago. Like, not much has changed besides the president. And just, girl, how many times can you rewrite this story? There's also Ash vs. Evil Dead, the show, which I have never watched. Have y'all watched it? It's a good show? Let me know. Next up, we have Scream, which is getting Scream 7 in about probably 2 weeks when you guys are watching this video. And I have seen billboards all around the city. And if you ever wondered what I think about Scream 7, no one has wondered a single thing about what I think about this movie, but I'm gonna put it out there. All I have to say is great gowns, beautiful gowns. Scream 6 was a phenomenal ending and had a phenomenal ending. And I can watch it again and again and again and again and again. Now, Scream 5, or just Scream 2022, of course, is a reboot from Scream 1996. In this movie, we see teenagers get a phone call and also get low-key harassed because the person's calling them and he's like, I want to play a game, which favorite scary movie, which favorite villain, yada, yada, yada. And they don't want to play the game, or they don't get the right answer. They get attacked / unalived. And the main character, Sidney Prescott, is like kind of confused, but he's also trying to like help figure it out, but also trying to figure out, like, you know, when should she study for this, you know, big final that's gonna affect like 20% of her grade. All this jazz. Turns out her boyfriend Billy, his parents got divorced because her mom Maureen, who got unalived a year before the events of the movie, was having an affair with Billy's dad, aka kind of like making them like step siblings. What is this? What's that Disney show? Life of Derek? That was a weird show. And then Billy's parents got divorced because of Sydney's mom, Maureen. Shout out to Maureen. And he's a little bit pissed about it. So he's attacking people in his school. You know, the more that I think about it, that does not make any sense. But then we find out in the third movie that's not like really what happened. The attacker in the third movie, Roman, is Sydney's half brother, and he basically connects with Billy, and it's a lot. I love Scream. I hate what they're doing to the franchise. Also hate the fact that Harvey Weinstein is involved in the movies. That wasn't a fun fact to find out. It also wasn't fun to find out what the fuck he did. Ew. Men should be exonerated, lobotomized, and hung by the feet. But you didn't hear it by me. But yeah, Scream, the original version, has 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 coming out in 2011. And then we have the 2022 version, following sisters Tara and Sam. Tara unfortunately gets attacked in the house, and then Sam gets the call like, hey, your sister got attacked, yada yada. Come back to Woodsboro. Why people choose to live in this town with all this history, I have no idea. It's like, where are they living in I Know You Did Last Summer? Southport? Don't live in fucking Southport. Don't live in fucking Woodsboro. Live somewhere else. Also, don't live in Niagara Falls, New York. Basically, yeah, we find out that Sam's dad is Billy Loomis. And the reason why her and her sister are getting attacked is because Amber, Mikey Madison, come and get your baddie chain. She basically heard from Tara and Sam's mom that Billy was her dad. And then of course the whole boyfriend, Sam's boyfriend, him and Amber met on some fucking Reddit incel horror forum type shit. And they met up. I forgot what his motive was. Being a creepy white guy. There it is. Then we got Scream 6 in 2023, which was phenomenal. Scream 7, I don't know her. I don't know her, but I loved the reboot. Now, one reboot that I did not enjoy watching, Child's Play. Oh my God, Child's Play, Child's Play. Now, I understand cast and crew, y'all did the best y'all could have done, okay? Hope y'all get better roles. Audrey Plaza is pretty booked and busy. She's fine, she's doing okay. But Child's Play, a movie that came out in the 1980s, follows this guy named Charles Lee Ray who is pretty active at taking people out. And as he's running from the cops, he goes into the store that has a full display of good guy Chucky dolls. And he's like, you know what? Let me put myself in this doll. And unfortunately, the doll that he puts himself in lands in the hands of this adorable kid named Andy, who was celebrating his 6th, 7th birthday. Also, I have not heard a 6-7 joke in weeks. War is ending. Hopefully we don't go into war. I'm just saying. And he's like, oh my God, I got a good guy Chucky doll, period. And his mom's like, yay, get to, you know, satisfy my son because times are hard. She's a single mom who works too hard, works 2 jobs, etc. But then things are happening. You know, Chucky is just running the town. This little 2-foot doll, please be so for real. Also, it was just an insane movie because this doll was moving, so you have to wonder like how they did it, especially like in the 80s. They didn't have the technology that we have in like 2026. Great, phenomenal. Also, why is there like 8 or 9 movies? I don't know if I've seen every single one. I'm pretty sure I did see. I think I did watch Call of Chucky. There's a lot. There's a lot. there's a lot of Chucky movies. I will say that. The ones that I have seen though are so ridiculously funny and entertaining. Like get Bride of Chucky, oh my God, Seed of Chucky. I just rewatched it and I was just like, yo, what were they doing in the writer's room? What were they doing in the writer's room? I would like to know. I would like to know. But then the remake in 2019, we see the Buddy dolls. So it's no longer good guy or Chucky dolls. It's Buddy dolls, which I do not want this to be my buddy. Not in this Caucasian house. And in the factory, we see one of the workers, I think he like gets fired or he's just like overworked. Real. And he like disables, I haven't seen this movie in so long. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. He like disables the doll or takes the batteries out. He does something to fuck with the doll. And then he ends up taking his own life, which sad. I really hate that as a society. If you're overworked, you take out. I just saw the, never mind. But yeah, this doll lands in the hands of, I think his name is Andy in the movie. Now I think about it, I think they kept the name Andy. Andy in this movie as well has a single mom who again works too damn hard. And unfortunately has this boyfriend who's kind of a POS. If you pick up what I'm putting down. And Andy, you know, he's just ranting around Buddy. And Buddy's like, I want to help out my buddy. He's suffering, he's not doing good, he seems like a good guy. Let me help my buddy out. And take some people out. And take some things out. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this Buddy doll, yo, like I thought Chucky was a menace. Buddy really turned the party out and I think turned people inside out. I think he did that. I think he did that. And then like the ending, they end in like the mom store that sells the Buddy dolls. And then I think they like all come alive and take people out. It was a lot. This was back in, again, 2019. It's been about 7 years. Have you ever waited 7 years? And I haven't heard that they're gonna do a sequel, but we do have the TV show, which I liked watching, but I haven't finished the first season. It's pretty good, it's pretty good. From what I remember, they do keep Charles Lee Ray's name, and I'm pretty sure Tiffany is involved in the show as well. Have not gotten there, but it's a good show. I remember liking it. At the end of this video, like I said, there are many more horror movies that I have had reboots and remakes, so let me know if you guys want that video. But before I officially let the divas go, did you guess what movies have 3 things in common? If you didn't, I'll give it to you, babe. Scream, Child's Play, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Scream had a franchise, a TV show, which if you have never watched the TV show, babe, I'm jealous, because to rewatch or just watch the show for the very first time, a dream. It was a great time. And a song. We have a song called Scream by the iconic Michael and Janet Jackson, but it has nothing to do with the movie or the show. This was like 20 years before the show. Next up, we have Child's Play, which of course has a franchise TV show, which I need to finish, and a song by Drake. Again, has nothing to do with the movie or TV show. Again, I think Child's Play came out like, what, 2016, and the show started in 2023, 2024. Could be wrong on that. And last but not least, I Know What You Did Last Summer had the franchise, a show, which I kind of forgot about the show because I never watched it. Did y'all watch the show? Is it good? Does it relate to like the movie? Let me know. And a song by Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes. And you guessed it, has nothing to do with the movie. I don't think they were even alive when the original movie came out. Same. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, stay strong, stay safe, YOLO, mwah. Drink your water, spray your sunscreen, take your vitamins. If you are in areas that have snowstorms, hope you are staying stocked and warm. And stay a young hoe forever, no matter how old you are, okay? Okay.